And here we are. We are live. Said so right on my new screen that I got right here. I'm going to say hey, welcome to everybody. Craig, Steven, and Kevin. What's going on, KS? Good to see you, buddy.
As well as
We
Mr. Blue
are,
Ox.
well, Blue Ox is here, but he's actually doubling as me. My computer is doing what his did when we first got started.
Oh, I thought that was
When he
Jason.
writes something, it pops up under mine, and when I write something, it pops up under his.
Oh, that's funny.
That is
Okay.
pretty funny. Well, we got a new face with us today. Everybody knows Mr. BG. Everybody knows Justin, and we got Rob Adams from the Model Insanity podcast. What's up, Rob? How we doing?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
Living the dream, brother. Living the dream. How's that weather up there in Canada?
I woke up to snow this morning. Then we had some hail. Then I had to go fix my fence that blew over. Yeah, it's been a good morning.
I won't bother to
just a
tell you that
Friday
it's
in
sunny and
Canada.
75 here in Florida.
It's nice now. It's sunny. You know, you just wait
I
an
know
hour.
we were talking last night on the Discord, and you went outside, and it was 20 degrees, and you were like, "It's really nice out." I'm like, "It's 20 degrees. I ain't going outside with 20 degree weather."
20 degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So that might be a little bit. I didn't think about that. That's right. You guys.
Oh,
go-
God. All right. I got to look that up. 20 degrees Celsius.
That's got to be like what 45, 50 degrees, something like that.
I think it's like 70, 75, isn't it?
Is it
No,
that
it's
much?
not. I don't think it's that much.
No. I don't know. I ain't no mathematician.
68 degrees. It's 68 degrees.
68 degrees. Wow.
Yeah.
So I was close. Go stuff it.
You're such a noble winner. I mean, wiener. Whatever.
Wiener.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is that the same thing? Looks like the same thing. Spelled the same way.
Yeah. My dyslexia is kicking in. I'm saying words wrong.
You get that on them big jobs. Dean's in the house. Dirt Road Cinderella. Terry, how's everybody doing? Hope all is going well. Hope everybody had a good week.
Hi, Tiff. Hey, what's going on, Terry?
What's up,
Jason is
everyone?
There's Fred Henry. Fred, what do you think? I'm updated,
Fred.
man. I still got a little bit to get, but I'm updated, dude. I'm much more updated. Get back
Yeah,
to
he just
Customs.
joined-
What's up, buddy?
He just joined the Buena Vista Social Club.
Buena Vista Social Club. That's it. Well, Fred's been nagging me to not a new computer, but a computer. So I finally broke down and got this one, but I still got to figure it out. It's way smarter than I am, but we'll get it figured out. We were just discussing microphones and headphones and all that. I think that's going to be my my next purchase, and then I got to get the better interwebs.
I'm right there with you, Mike. My IT person happens to actually be in Kentucky right now, so hopefully nothing goes wrong here for the next week.
IT.
I'm usually the guy that goes, Linda, come here and help me do the thing with the thing.
The thing with the thing. Fred
Just
told me
unplug
that
the
I
router.
needed to get an IT, which was an intelligent teenager.
That joke writes itself.
Those are difficult to find. But,
Okay, I think this axle was cut just a little long for that chassis.
I think you're right. Gets you a little side-to-side traction, right?
Right, a little bit of maybe I can just bend it and have it cambered.
There you go. Well, speaking of too long of a shaft, what's everybody working on today? We'll start with you, Mr. BG.
I am working on my second coffee, and the starter kit. It's a Ford Sierra, and I just sprayed it with the Mr. Hobby Clear.
Nice.
The decals splintered. Just about every one of those splintered, and I had to rearrange them like toothpicks, matchsticks, lining them up to make sure that they all got on there. Still having a little bit of trouble with some adhesion here and there, but I wanted to seal them as quickly as I could so that we could just move on with life and try to get this thing done.
Get it behind
But
you.
I
Why
might
is
do
it so small?
it's cold out. Hey, it just got out of the pool. Don't judge, okay? That's a 1/43rd scale resin guy. So we're working on that. But can I make a quick announcement?
Absolutely, Mr. BG. That's why we chose
All
you
right, let me
first. Go ahead.
just Sweet. So we went to the Desert Scale Classic yesterday, and I took this Curtis Midget race car, and
Yeah,
ended
just
up
a second.
taking.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and try to gamble and see if I
Ended
can
up
get
taking.
you up on the big screen. Get you up on solo layout. Boom. There you are. Wow,
Yeah.
you big.
So there we go. That's what she said. So there's took third place for our little Curtis Midget for the circuit competition category.
Nice.
So
That's
judging by the competition that we were up against, I was happy, stoked, excited, all the good words.
Your
for,
clan was happy?
Yeah, happy.
Joy.
Yeah, so to take third place in that category, I was ecstatic. So
Sweet. That car has special meaning because that one BG built for mine and Jason's Saturday night short track group build, which is
that's right.
coming
that.
up towards the end of that. Beginning of next month, we start the process all over again.
And I will say that I think is the only project I've tackled in the last year that has made the deadline.
Well, that's the whole sole purpose behind this Sunday builds thing, was so I would finally get started on mine and get it done before it was done. Put my feet to the fire because mine, as of what, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, something like that, I hadn't even started on mine, and now I'm getting there. All right, Mr. BG, if you're done, we'll go ahead and see what Justin is working on.
Yep.
I'm working on these little itty bitty laser cannons. Where's the camera? There it is. These little laser cannons for this Warhammer tank because Amp Snats is coming up.
That
Working
thing,
on some,
It's
that
pretty
thing
much
is
it.
too cool.
working on some pew-pews.
Pew-pews.
I started to cuss
No,
you last night.
pew-pew.
I started to cuss you last night in the Discord because I went to my local gaming hobby shop and I saw that tank and I'm like, I could do all kinds of stuff with that. And then they got another one. I don't know. I think it's in the same group, same category. Oh no! Uh-oh. Boss is here. Tighten up.
Oh, cripes.
What's going on, guys? Surprise.
What's happening?
What's
But they got another one of those tanks that's similar to that one, but it kind of looks like a dumb beetle. It's really cool. Well,
So
you
did you
made
get
it back from your show, Jason. Welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome to your show.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening with
You know our
everybody? I
guest,
gotta,
Rob?
I gotta adjust my levels. They're all messed up here.
I blame Jonesy.
Yeah, well, he did have the room to himself this weekend, so.
Yeah, he came on live last night really late. I think he's been hitting your dark ales back there you got or whatever those pilsners are you drinking. I think he was pretty drunk. His hair was all frazzled. He was like,
Sounds about right.
But I think he was working on a Mercury Cougar.
Ah. Dun.
I assume it was a Mercury. He kept saying he got a cougar hand up in there. I don't know what that meant, but I assumed it was a Mercury.
Weird.
Oh, I've got a story about that. May I share it?
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Rob's working on, and then we'll go to your story, BG. How's that?
Yes, please.
Mr. Rob, what you working on,
Yeah.
brother?
I'm also getting ready for amps.
Hang on, I'm going to get you up here on the big screen.
Where's Ampfield?
Camp Hill, Virginia. Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this
Oh,
year it's
nice.
about 2 hours from me.
All right.
So this is Merkava with a
I've
full
heard you guys
interior.
talking about that thing.
Oh
Got
my
it.
God, it's got a full interior.
You brought it back out, huh, Adams?
The engine and stuff is getting painted right now, so we're getting there.
It even has engine detail in it. That is insane.
It's got everything in it. It's
Dang.
it's a pretty intense kit.
I heard you guys talking about that Rakava kit. I didn't know what you were talking about, but now I know. That thing does look insane. Now, is Rakava a manufacturer, or is that a type of? Is that what the tank is called? I'm completely ignorant.
It means chariot in
Chariot. Okay.
in Hebrew or whatever. It's an Israeli tank.
I learned so.
And how much time do you have for the show?
Not enough.
The show
None of us-
is the third weekend of May.
Okay, that is coming up pretty quick. Yeah.
15th,
Yeah.
16th, and 7. No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
something like that.
Okay.
Close
So yeah.
enough.
So full disclosure, I was supposed to have this done yesterday. I hear you.
Yeah, but I got to fly and shit. So, I mean,
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but
his trips to Amps starts the first week of May.
Yeah.
Right. I got a story to share about flying with models.
Well, you said you
Listen
had a
to the-
story, Mr. BG. You want to go ahead and share your story, your related story you were talking about?
Yeah. So oh crap! I forgot what it was. I need more coffee. It's all right. The flying with models.
We can go there.
A good friend, Chris from Scale Speed Garage, and Josh Reese. They flew down from Colorado to attend our show yesterday, and the airlines made Chris check his hard case with his models in it because it was too big to fit in the. They didn't have enough space in the overhead compartment, and somehow the case popped open and destroyed everything in the case. And if you got the most recent Auto Modeler magazine, there's an article in there about this really awesome truck that he built. There was nothing left of that truck except the cab, a headlight, and a wheel. Everything else was missing. So the case had popped open somehow and stuff spilled out and somebody just scooped it back up. So they're actually at the airport right now filing a claim.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, don't let them check your stuff, dude.
no way, man. No.
Yeah.
I'm with Boston Buds on that.
I had to buy a box, special box too, which I bought. That was smaller than the dimensions that they required by 2 inches all the way around.
Uh-huh.
And they still made me tilt my box sideways to put it into their little thing to make sure it was going to fit.
Right.
So I had 2 tanks and an aircraft in that box, and it just sounded like Lego.
Oh man, it just makes me want to throw up, dude.
I was able to repair everything, and it all went fine. But I flew home with nothing. I gave shit away. I left stuff at Frankie's.
Yeah, man. You know what? I never thought about doing that. There was a IPMS Nationals that they had here in 2018, and somebody from Texas decided to FedEx himself his own models. And they showed up with Lego kits. They turned them back into model kits again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brutal. And
Yeah,
and the lady's like, well, it's just toys. I'm like, no.
That's when you want to rip your head off.
Yeah, well, that's what the person at the gate said. It's in a hard case; it'll be fine. And I guess she was kind of snotty too. So that's another thing that they're.
Edge would roll. You're damn right. It should have.
Yeah. So
I did tell her that as I was sliding the box, and I was like, see, it fits with no lube. Sorry,
Right. And what really sucks is I just did a video last week about how to travel with models in a hard case. And then this happens, and I'm like, maybe I should take my video down now.
Was it the same kind of case?
It was the exact same brand, but it was a smaller version, which couldn't actually fit in the overhead compartment better.
Yeah. Because I have 6 of those cases maybe in 5-6 different sizes. I got one that's my tool case that I put knives and glues and all that stuff in. It's the smallest one. But then I have 4 other sizes that I use for transport. But I don't fly anywhere with anything anyway, so.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, that's my thing. So
I'll tell you, when I got to
models,
Amps Nats
but I
last
know
year-
a guy that had to fly with models and catch a bus, and they used his bag as a soccer ball. I think was the word you used, Jason.
soccer ball.
His
When
story is very similar to y'all's.
When I went to Amps Nats last year, people were like, "What the hell are you doing carrying those cases like that?" Everyone's like carrying their cases all gently. I'm carrying these things like a fucking construction worker with his lunchbox. They're like, "What the hell's in that?" And I opened them up, and my shit was all fine.
Justin
Wow.
likes his models shaken, not stirred.
I managed to get 5 models to amps last year, right? No problems.
Good. Good.
So- But
And-
really, the point of those shows isn't really to compete, anyways.
I think there needs to be an award at some of those shows for a most tragic travel story. You know, that's one you don't want to win.
Yeah, that's the one award you don't want to win. Well, I had my first meeting with the local Cars for Coffee people this coming Saturday, the 19th, and I'm hoping to be able to not this month, but next month, be able to invite everybody local that builds to be able to come and display their models at the Car and Coffee Show. So we'll have 1-to-1 cars and hopefully some model cars to go along with it.
Oh,
Nice.
that'd be awesome. Good job.
Should be fun. I'm trying to get inside. I'm hoping that, because with Florida, you never know the weather, right? It could be sunshining on one side of the road and pouring cats and dogs on the other side of the road. So hopefully get it inside. Our part inside, that'd be pretty cool. The guy where we have it, it's called Bernie's. The guy's a full-time drag racer, but he also has a car restoration shop, a really nice one, like the one that you can eat off the shop floors type place. And he's got this big display area, museum type deal, where he's got cars that he's built and customers haven't picked them up yet, or they just put them out there on display or whatever. Some of them are his. And I'm hoping to be able to get in there and be able to set some tables up for people to be able to display. And while they're checking out those super nice cars, they can check out the models as well.
And I would say, cars are probably the easiest models to travel with, right? There's not, you got mirrors, but really what else is sticking? It's hanging off of it. Not much, right?
Right. Unless you get into the trucks with antennas and that sort of stuff, that's a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, a little bit more.
But with aircraft, you got landing gears and you got pitot tubes and
Tanks, all kinds of
antennas and
stuff. Yeah, I
yeah.
can see that.
tanks too, machine guns and stuff hanging off of them. And yeah, it just doesn't take much to break them.
Well, Mr. Jason, I know you've had an event-filled 2 weeks, at least on the weekends. How was your shows?
They were good.
Yeah.
They were good. Yeah.
Dynamite drop in, Jason. That broadcast school's really paying off.
What did you just say to me?
Woo!
So, I did have a good show last weekend and a good show this weekend. I'm happy to be home, though. So
How
it
far
was,
How far did you have to go?
well, it was only 3 hours for this last show, but it makes for a long weekend. When you drive over there, stay, you're not at home. So you're staying in a hotel and then,
3-hour drive. I drive home the same day.
yeah, well, not this cat. So
Me either. I'm with you, Dave.
no. I did pretty good at the last show. I won a handful of awards, and at this show, I won another handful of awards, so I can't complain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
I
man.
post on Facebook about where you guys were staying. That looked like a real nice place.
Yeah, that was the bucket list place for us to stay. We've wanted to stay there for a few years, but it's like expensive, and we were finally able to get an exchange through Heather's work, so we took full advantage of that,
Nice.
and it was nice. So
Yeah, to get to Amps, I got to drive 3 hours, hop on a plane for 4 hours, and then hop in a car with Frankie and drive for another 8.
Jesus,
Wow.
That's just to get there.
Can you add in the train just because,
right?
So you got the planes, trains, and automobiles all covered?
Yeah, exactly. Are you gonna make that drive both back and forth in one day?
Not the 8 hours, no way.
Okay.
Well, it's also a 4-day show. So
Yeah, it's 4-day show.
Yeah.
So you do get a nice
Actually-
break from traveling.
Nice.
I'll actually be headed out right from work that Thursday. I'll leave
Oh,
work
cool.
2 hours early. Stop at my local pizza shop. I told a bunch of the guys that don't live in the Philly area that I'm going to bring a dozen cheesesteaks for them, since they never experienced an actual real cheesesteak. And and then head on out, because it's about a 2-hour drive west of me. So
Nice.
Oh, it's fucking super close for you, fucker.
I'm telling you, man.
There's a we have
Almost a commute.
Yeah.
a club member that's going to make his way down to Amps.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to the Nationals too. I was actually kind of jealous.
So the shows you went to were what, in Maine and then Vermont, right?
No, we went to Maine last. So last weekend was about an hour from the house, and that was a good little show. And then this past weekend, for the people that don't know, we drove over to Stowe, stayed there in Vermont, and then made the 40-minute drive over to Williston. For it was Can-Am Con. A little light this year with the stuff going on north of us at the border, and we got hit with a freak snowstorm that skirted to the southeast of us. So, like, people, I got messages from a couple of people that were like, we were trying to make it, but there's like 6 inches of snow on the ground and nobody's plowing anything. Okay.
Well,
All right. So, but it was still fun.
Vermont's usually pretty good about that. Now, that's coming from a guy who hasn't been there been there to live since 1984. But they used to be pretty good about keeping the roads cleaned out. But I guess it's kind of late in the year for them.
I was going to say it's mid-April. So,
Yeah.
it's like I bet you most of these guys are like trying to get rid of the snow plows and get them ready to be put away for the summer. So,
I would think so,
yeah. Yep.
Well, we're usually not safe until May long weekend, third weekend.
Yeah.
What's a snowplow?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I don't want to say too much because last year, April 5th, we got 2.5 feet.
Yeah, and that was like what, a week before we were supposed to come out?
Yep. Yeah.
Well, Jason, it's after April 5th, so I think you're all right.
You think?
Listen, nobody's all right. If we were all right, we'd walk in circles. Everybody's at least half left.
Jesus Christ.
That's very true.
That's very
Wow.
true.
It's like
Wow.
the guy that says, "I'll be right back." I'm like, "Okay, I'll be left front."
Exactly. But I'm not working on anything. I'm looking for something to do. I mean, I haven't had anything going on in like a while, so.
Well, that's why I didn't ask you. I figured you were just sitting down, going, taking a breath. You guys have been traveling all over, doing all kinds of stuff, having fun. Time to catch your breath and hang out.
Yeah, I actually just got unpacked
Dude.
and sent a couple of emails that I needed to send. So I thought, well, look at that. So I can jump on. I thought I didn't even think I'd be home by now, but.
I just did Heritage Con was that 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago now? Yeah. That was some pretty intense traveling because that was fly there, do the show, fly home, drive. Like it was
Wow.
3 days. Fly to Toronto, fly back.
So how far is Toronto from you?
Like 26 hours away.
Holy
drive.
cow.
It's the other side of the country.
Right.
It's a
So
4 hour.
you're-
It's a 4 hour flight, one way.
Dang.
So you're in Medicine Hat. You're like basically just north of Montana, and Ontario would be our equivalent would be like Maine, right? I mean, it's that far.
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You got to hang out with Frankie Donati while you were up there.
I stayed at his house. Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sluggo, Jason does keep a pristine workplace. He makes you take your shoes off and put on these special booties when you walk in there. Yeah, ask me how I know.
I don't, yeah, right. I don't know. That came up this weekend too. That's a hot topic apparently, how clean my workspace is.
I didn't have to do that. Must have been a Mike thing.
Listen, he was just happy that you weren't spilling beer on his floor.
The beer helps bring out the natural glow of the wood floor. I looked it up.
Exactly.
Beer
Yes,
is the new future.
it is.
It actually goes through your airbrush really nice.
Right?
You don't have to thin it down with unicorn tears or nothing. It goes right straight through your airbrush.
Right straight through it. It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Just like the day after burrito day.
Oh, jeez.
Good God.
That's it.
Oh, goodness.
We call it Arizona Drano.
So how was your show, Brian? I so had zero service all weekend. I tried to send pictures to the group of what I wanted to chip, and
I was wondering. I'm like, Jason's pretty quiet. I hope everything's going on okay. Meanwhile, I go back to having fun. I'm like, that's how worried it was.
Right, exactly.
But,
I'm sure.
no,
I mean, I know where I rank, so it's okay. But yeah, how was the show?
Out of everybody that's over there, you're top.
Quite literally, right?
Quite literally, yeah. I can't rank you any higher than that until I know somebody from like Upper Maine. No, it was a good show. It was quite a turnout. We had folks coming in from Colorado, New Mexico, California, of course, and several guys drove down from Vegas. Got to hang out with Josh and Chris from VCG Resins.
Nice.
And let's see, Scott Colmer was in town for the magazine, taking photos and stuff, and got to talk to him for a little bit. He's always fun to talk to.
Yeah.
And I ended up taking third place for the circuit competition with the Curtis Midget car.
Nice, congratulations!
And, thank you. Depending on considering the amount of what was in that category, I was happy.
I heard there were only two cars total in that category.
Yeah, right. So there were only 2 other vehicles in that category, and one of them was a plane.
No. A total of 2 in the category, and you still won third.
Oh yeah, I came in third out of 2 vehicles. Yeah, that's like my sister's an only child type of thing,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was actually really cool, and the guy that requested that we build all these starter kits for the 143rd scale class.
Yeah.
Was overwhelmed because it was a memorial for his brother, and that category was stacked. I mean, it looked like little bugs all over the white tablecloths with all the 132nd and 143rd scale cars and stuff. It was
nice.
Awesome. So they're lobbying to try and get the category renamed in honor of the guy's brother who passed away last year.
Cool.
So yeah, that went really well, and spent a lot of money, but on tools.
Nice.
Yeah, so I bought like 3 model kits, and I spent more money on tools so I could build the model kit.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I spent $20.
That's it.
That's it. So I bought.
And that was for lunch.
I bought this. This is the only thing I bought.
Oh, nice. I was going to say $20 Canadian or $20 US.
US. And there was a gentleman there that was selling a bunch of. He had some tools and some military stuff, but he had a fairly large size selection of Warhammer 40K stuff. Oh yeah, we brought a lot. Heather brought a lot of that home.
Oh, did he see her coming or something, or what? It's like,
oh no, she was walking around and looking at stuff, and she was, you know how Heather is at a model show, right? She's got this glaze over her face, like, is there a comfortable chair I can go read in? And I was like, hey, look at this. There's like Warhammer stuff, and she would walk away, and I'd find her over there, like picking through the stuff. And she's like, I said, did you find anything you want? She's like, yeah, quite a bit. But yeah, I'm like, well, listen, I'm not spending any more money today. There's literally nothing else here that I want to bring home. So have at it. And she went over and bought a bunch of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Reasonably priced, because 40K stuff can be pretty expensive.
Yeah.
She spent a little bit of money, but she brought a lot home. So I would say it was reasonably priced. Yeah.
I bet she was swinging some deals too, right? Doing some haggling.
She could have been. I was leaving her be. I didn't want to put any pressure on her. So, yeah.
Mrs. BG's trick is to hand a stack of models to the seller and be like, "What's the best you can do?" Wink, wink, flirt, flirt. And the guy's like, "Well, little lady, I can do this." And she's like, "Cool, great." She hands me the stack of stuff. Here you go. And the guy goes, "Oh, okay." I see how it is.
That's funny.
So
That's
now
awesome.
that I got this new Pewter, Jason, mine's doing the same thing that yours was doing at first. Maybe you can help me resolve it. Whenever I post something, it says it's from the Blue Ox Model Shop and it's from the Scale Model Outlaw.
Oh, look at that.
But I don't
So
even want to talk
you
to
want to
y'all
know
about
how I resolved it? I have this going beside it with the volume turned down, and I comment from here, because if I comment from the home page,
it does it.
it posts it on both. And I
Right.
think that's because we both stream. So who knows?
Probably. Yeah, it's probably unavoidable.
Yeah.
To answer Kevin Smith's question, yes, until I get a letter in the mail or canceled on some other level.
What did I miss? Hold on, let me
They
scroll
want-
back.
They want
Call
Cliff
me.
to come over. They want Sarge to come over to your place and help you organize because Sarge is so well organized.
Do you guys have any idea how often I organize? I organize after I've organized.
You'd be organizing a bunch if Sarge comes over.
Yeah.
I write a list of how to organize, and then I organize that list,
Yes.
and then I organize.
Yeah. I had to get the entry forms. Heather printed out the entry forms at work for this last show, right? And she brought them home, and they got shuffled into her office. And I said to her on Thursday, I said, "Hey, where are the entry forms?" She goes, "Oh, they're in my office." And I walked into her office and I went, "Oh, I think I'm going to be sick. I don't feel good." I had to turn around and I was like, "Can you please go find them? Because I can't do that." Yeah, she's
Yeah.
slightly less organized than I am. So,
When I was a kid, I remember asking my mom for the keys to get something out of the car. She's like, "Oh, they're in my purse." I'm like, "Oh, just go to the yard and get a brick."
right.
I'm not thinking through that.
Yeah.
I always
It was
find it like wedding candy from a cousin that had gotten married and divorced a year earlier.
Gross.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know why divorces are expensive?
They're worth it.
They're worth it.
Trust me. I've bought one.
I bought
Yeah,
two.
Yeah,
I'm a dumb learner, right? It takes me a long time.
Yeah, well, it happens. The show just came back from, they had medallions. I thought that was really a cool idea. So they had they did first, second, and third, but they had gold, silver, or bronze medallions that they handed out. They were super nice. I think I can get one. Hold on.
Well, I thought Jonesy was running around on the ceiling and he was watching him.
I was like, suddenly Jason's not organized. Okay.
Well, the funny part is I've already put everything away. Models are put away. So they look like that.
Well, hang on. Let
Oh,
me get you
that's
down the
so it's
big
more like
screen.
a challenge coin.
2 seconds.
So
Yeah, it's like a challenge coin.
yeah, pretty cool. You can put them right in the case with the model, and that way you don't lose track of them.
You can go
I-
to Bases by Bill actually makes little blocks of wood with angled cuts in them for you to display all your chips and coins.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Wait,
See, that's
hang on,
awesome.
I got you.
I used to think that the challenge coins were a great idea because you can get all kinds of cool display racks for them.
Bases by Bill. Look at that.
Those are cool.
Okay.
That's cool, Adam.
That is cool.
Where'd you win that one at? I mean, obviously you won it at the Canadian
This is-
War Plane
this-
Show. but-
This is from Heritage. This is from Heritage Con.
Heritage Con? Okay.
Heritage Con.
Nice.
And the category I won it in was jets, 1944 to 1999, 148 scale.
Well, that narrows things down a bit.
Yeah,
It was like 2 tables long.
I
That,
bet- Holy cow.
so to pull that out of there, I was quite happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Out of
Splits.
that group. Yeah,
the Jets weren't even a football team back then. What?
Right? That's funny.
Go Sports.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have to look into that, Justin, so I can actually. I've got these just stuck in the cases with the models.
Hang tight 1 second.
Oh boy,
Oh.
prefer to hang loose myself, but okay.
Well, I mean, how warm is it there?
It depends on how cold it is.
My
Yeah.
days to hanging tight ain't happening. I'm too old, too fat, can't hang on that stuff.
Hey, is Frank
Jimmy
here?
here, what's up, Jimmy? Leadhead Customs. As soon as Justin gets back, Adams and Justin, you guys need to get after Rob Riv. I know Fred Henry's ready to do that 10 questions with a modeler with you guys. I know he'd love to have the whole group. I talked to Riv about it, and he said he was interested, but Riv,
10 questions with a modeler? Sure, I'm into that.
you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That Fred Henry's in the chat. He's the guy behind that. Super nice guy.
I tell you, man, those are fun.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mike, embiggen me.
Oh, yeah, let me
Yeah,
embiggen
Mike.
you.
That's your job to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm an embiggerer.
Oh, cool.
That is
But
cool,
all
man.
it is it's just these little slots.
Yeah.
Oh, there they go.
Set those right out. Set those
Look
anywhere.
at that.
It's actually got a little pin so that when it's in your case, it's angled.
Yeah.
So you
Oh, yeah, that's cool, man.
Nice.
Justin's gonna go out and flat spot the bottoms of all those coins
can,
now.
right? If you guys hear while we're doing this, you know what I'm
Right.
Grinding them down. Just grinding them down.
Want any help? Hold them up. Want any help?
Right?
Stupid gravity.
Yeah, right. It's the
That
only
is a
thing
that
I
is a
don't
bit
like.
of, that is a bit of a design flaw, though. Maybe somebody should tell Bill.
Well, this one isn't Bases by Bill. I actually got this one from Etsy before they were before Bases by Bill was making them.
Oh,
Now,
cool.
is that the same guy that you guys advertise on the podcast?
No,
No, that's Greater
Bases by
Woodworking.
Bill
Greater.
is a posse Plastic Posse podcast sponsor.
I've heard about that. I've heard the commercials for that Greater Woodworks. It sounds like he's putting out some really cool stuff.
Yeah, he does.
I wonder if that display stand doesn't sell well in California during earthquake season.
Yeah,
Jeff,
Greater
my bearded
Greater
brother,
made
what's
this.
up, buddy?
Greater made this for me. This is black palm wood.
Ooh,
Nice.
There you go. Yep, I got one of those too, a smaller one.
oh, that is beautiful.
That is nice.
Like
Is that a plinth then? Is that
It
what they
is a
call
plinth. But
Okay, cool.
make it big so you can see the grain on it.
I'm
big
gonna
and
make it big. Give me a
big
second.
him.
I'm gonna go on the upswing.
Can you see the grain in that?
That's crazy. That is
that is-
cool.
I've never
That's the
seen
end
that
grain.
before.
There's the side grain.
Wow.
I just bought it. I don't even have a purpose for it yet, but I'll find one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's-
definitely.
That's what I did. I bought a whole stack of bases and stuff for him with no goal, no end in sight, no end game.
No end game.
And I'll just populate.
I'm a sucker
them when
for
I see-
exotic wood. So
Right?
I've heard that about you.
yeah.
Black palm. The thing about palm, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it as a wood. It's very, very fibrous. I mean, like super, super fibrous.
Yeah.
Super hard to like turn on a lathe or whatever. So when you get somebody that's taking the time to do it, or even cut it and get it smooth. You saw the grains in that piece that he was showing, the long fibers.
Yeah.
It's a very, very soft wood. It's basically a big sponge is what it is. Living here in Florida, I'm quite familiar with them. And we were talking about, it's funny because we were talking about that, I think last week on this show, wasn't it, Mr. BG, when we talked about swamp cabbage and then called it by its fancy name, Heart of Palm.
Yep. And then next thing you know, Linda sends me
You know I'm live, right?
a screen capture of like heart of palm noodles or something like that. So
Live thing.
I send it to you. I'm like, this is gross. Anybody want some swamp noodles?
Swamp noodles.
Swamp noodles.
The picture, I don't have the picture anymore, but it looked like a big bowl of brains.
Yeah, it's like a cabbage type thing, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Mr. Jerva, yeah, definitely a new camera angle for me. Whole new setup. I went out the BG was talking about spending money this past weekend. I think I may have beaten all y'all with this setup that I bought, but finally up in my game. Got a really nice computer with a new screen, and I got a lot of work to figure it out, but you guys can see now how we got the banner up there, and we got the background is our logo, so I'm working a little bit with it, trying to figure it out. Still got
It looks way better.
it does look way better. I know the
It
camera
looks way better.
Yeah. I got to work on my audio a little bit. I think I'm going to get a shotgun mic. And then I think the biggest thing that I got to do, which I can't do myself, I called our local internet supplier, and I was doing some math, and they can set up a deal in the room that's, and I don't know all the logistics about it, but apparently it can handle 2 streamers playing video games and all that, so it's supposed to be like super fast. And if I get that and have it in this room, I should be able to get a little bit better stuff out there to everybody. Try to up my game a little bit.
Nice.
I filled in all the empty boxes behind me with tissues, so I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go now.
Perfect.
I don't think I want to know why you have all those tissues.
Nah.
No, don't ask no questions. I won't tell no lies.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So, Mr. BG, is now a good time for you to share your news?
Yeah, I think today now would be a good time.
All right. Would you like me to put you on the big screen or just stay where you're at?
I can say where I'm at because I'm not going to go on camera. I'm not video pretty right now. It's been a long weekend. But this might be my last live stream I'm able to attend because starting this week, I'll be working at Andy's Hobby headquarters as one of his clerks and cash technicians.
Lame.
So, yeah, I'll be...
Just kidding.
Justin, you and I will have a conversation after the podcast. But yeah, I'm gonna go work for
That's
Andy.
cool.
He's gonna work for the man.
That is
Nice.
awesome. Is that not the coolest job a hobby enthusiast could have? Is
Well,
working at a big old hobby shop like that? That's awesome.
Right? I happen to feel that I will not be getting paid. I'll just be coming home with trunk loads of stuff,
Oh, right.
and I might actually end up losing money because it's
Most
like,
likely.
oh, you spent $5 over your paycheck this week. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Jason, are you hearing the same thing that I'm hearing when Andy gets those big collections in and whatnot, and all them rare cars and them rare models?
Yeah.
We got us a hookup.
Insider info.
Oh,
You want Martha Stewart?
yeah. Unlike some people who go to Andy's and like to flaunt what they get, and like, oh, check out all these cool boxes of stuff that you can't order online.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Well, that's
We'll see.
good. Congratulations on your new job, Brian.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a cool gig.
That is
Thanks,
very
Gerber.
cool.
Thanks,
So
Gerber.
that opens up.
Now you'll find out if Andy's really as nice as he comes off on TV.
Yeah,
Right?
I ain't saying nothing. No, I'm pretty stoked because it's it's basically to help support the hobby. So
yeah.
because Lord knows we ain't making that YouTube money right now.
No, sir.
Hey,
yeah,
Mike
that's
Hodge
it.
and Customs, what's up? So that leads to the news that you might have, Jason. Is that correct? About a possible replacement for Mr. BG?
Sure.
I mean, is that can
You're
be
so
a surprise
confident.
if you haven't nailed that down? If not,
I
then
have
we'll
nailed
move
it
on.
down. I have nailed it down. Actually, we're gonna have Mr. Tim Ryan is gonna jump in with us.
No way.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
damn. Now I want to come back.
And
That's
he's
gonna
gonna
be
as a
he's gonna
spectator.
he's gonna do a trial run to see if he can get along with the rest of us. Which, if he can get along with me, he's gonna get along with everybody.
I don't know. Justin's argumentative.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, Tim's an amazing builder, a talent. He's got paint and body down, builds a nice, clean model, and is just a nice guy. So it'll be enjoyable having him on here, I think.
And don't we just need more of those?
We do, actually. We do. Now, Tim doesn't have a YouTube channel. He doesn't participate in much social media. So you won't be able to find him anywhere other than here, and maybe Instagram when he remembers to post.
Mike, you know me. I'm like the James Carville of the scale modeling world.
That
Oh.
would be funny. That would be funny if I knew who James Carville was. But Jason, you've you in some of your videos, you've hung out with him. Didn't he paint or help you to paint one of?
He's the one that walked me through learning how to use an airbrush. He's the one that I got my wet sanding and polishing. I wouldn't say technique. I would say system, maybe my routine from him.
Yeah, I'd say that's a system, definitely.
Yeah, nice. Like I said, nice guy, and he's a fan of everybody's podcast. He doesn't miss an Insanity podcast. Thanks to me,
Nice.
by the way.
Thank you.
He listens to every one of the model car you know Brian. He's a good guy, and he's friends with Brian and I. Brian's met him, hung out with him.
He even gifted me one of his builds.
Yes. Yeah.
Derva, no, there will not be a change to the Scale Model Car podcast. Just that Mr. PG is going to start working on Sundays and won't make this this stream on Sundays. So, no,
as a
there will
matter of
not be a
fact,
change to the Scale Model Car podcast.
As a matter of fact, when we were talking about schedules and stuff, they're like, "Is there any days you can't do?" I said, "Yes, Fridays. I do a podcast. Can't miss that."
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Like, how about Thanksgiving? I can miss that.
Right? Well, you can't miss Thanksgiving. You got to be at home during Thanksgiving because that's when they do the turkey shoot. You got to be involved in the turkey shoot.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Actually, they are closed Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm so OCD. I've already got my next turkey shoot build picked out.
What is it?
Can't tell you. It's a
What?
surprise.
Oh,
That's secret agent
Lame.
stuff.
Would it be sad if I said I still have mine picked out from last year?
No.
I'm gonna build a cup of noodles.
Are you?
Ooh,
Nice.
those
That
are
is
cool.
There is a model of that. I thought they were
Yeah.
joking the first time I heard that, but there is a
No,
model
I-
of a couple noodles.
I have it. Yeah,
See?
Hey, Rob, do you wish they came out with more kits like that?
yeah.
I mean, that would
Yeah.
just be killer. Like, have a whole food series, right?
Right.
A Bandai hamburger.
Honestly, I'm just going to be happy if I can make it into the calendar for the first time.
Yeah. Or maybe make it into the calendar under your correct name.
Well, there's some dude that built a tank, and his name is Jansen or Jensen or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah. So
I heard he's a very talented builder and a nice guy.
yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
bless his heart.
There
Oh,
was
boy.
this one guy that built a 72nd scale tank, and man, it was a horrible looking tank, but the guy next to it was a really good builder. I don't know what
You know,
happened
I would be upset if I was that guy.
there. I would be too. I would be too.
I'm just kidding. Oh goodness, why are you shaking your head, Justin?
Because I'm not leaving my editing skills to someone else next time.
Right. It's okay. We so for the it's funny for the Classic Plastic Club show, I sponsor classes every year, and I've nailed down my sponsorship classes again for this year. Right, so one class, the Blue Ox Model Shop is sponsoring. One class, the Scale Model Car Podcast is sponsoring, and then I do one under my name. Last year, I tried to do the same thing. But the Scale Model Car, the Scale Model Podcast? Is that what it was, Brian?
Yeah, sure.
was
Yeah, no,
not
yeah,
our
it was a scale
podcast.
model podcast. Yeah, it was like, yeah, wrong guys.
Last year, and I'm like, really? Like, that's actually another podcast, too.
Yeah.
You guys.
How come
really?
they didn't pay for the award then?
Isn't
And,
that,
yeah.
the Model Car Podcast, isn't that James Tester in them?
No, so I think what it was is they put the Scale Model Podcast is what they did, is what they put on the award for that I tried to sponsor last year.
And that's
Another
why
military
they got to
podcast.
pay by the letter. So
Right. Well, so when I was writing down the classes this year, I said, okay, Paul, who is the club president and takes the info and subsequently screwed it up last year. I said, okay, Paul, I'm going to write down what I want you to write on the award. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right. We can't screw that up, can we? I was like, well, I mean, the other podcast was very appreciative of the free publicity from last year, but no, let's make sure this is right this year, please.
Hey Sarge, we were just talking about you, buddy. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Cliff?
Hey, Cliff.
So how long you been working on that? What'd you call it? A Merkava? Adam?
Fuck, a long time.
Fuck.
Since Israel became a state,
No,
a nation.
Not quite that long.
Not
no.
right now.
Would you put it in the same category as that MRAP that you did? I've seen that MRAP that you did. That thing is really impressive.
No, that wouldn't be the same cat. Not at that. Well, no, not at any show.
I mean, as far as
Different scale too. The MRAP's 48 scale. It's tiny.
I think what he meant was, would you put it in the same class of holy shit? Look at this build.
Yeah.
Oh.
Difficulties
Yeah.
available, time involvement, and all that.
It's a lot. I don't know why I do this to myself all the time. I said that I'm never doing more interior kits. No more interior kits, and I always end up doing an interior kit. I don't know.
Well,
I
you
ask myself
either
the same thing, but not about model kits.
so you either love interior model kits or you love causing yourself pain.
Both.
Okay, there you go. There's your answer.
Yeah.
I once had an armor builder friend that said the worst thing in the world is an open hatch, because now you got to put something in there to look at.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. We talked about that yesterday too. Mac Johnson and I were.
Stuff a figure
Talk
in there,
about
and
that.
you're okay. But
Yep, it's what he said. He's like, some people stuff. If you stuff something in there, they're not supposed to look in, right, Rob?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What's up, GI Mechanics? Scale
Is that how that
Rider?
works?
He
Yeah,
said,
so
he
if-
said hi to everybody.
So if you build a piece of armor and you leave the hatch open, but there's not a figure sticking out of it,
Uh huh.
they will judge the inside.
yeah.
Really?
So
Oh,
why
wow.
would you, what would be the point of leaving the hatch open then if you're not planning
Exactly. Right.
Right.
I closed mine all up. I'm like, this none of your business what's going on in there.
Right. Might be a disco party in there. That's none of your
I,
business.
I say I closed mine all up. It was on one. I've only built like one.
Yeah, but all of those hatches were closed.
They were all closed. Yes. on the M1.
On the
about?
one
See, all the
tank that I
hatches,
built,
all the
I didn't
hatches
have
on this tank are going to be open, and there's
Ooh.
lots of them. And I'm making it so that I'm leaving it so I can take it apart, so you can actually really see everything inside it.
Oh,
right?
nice.
Are you gonna do lots of extra stowage as well?
There's stowage bins in the back that I'll put some stowage in, and then when you pull the top off, you'll be able to see it in there. It's inside the
Right.
turret.
Right on. Right on.
We're working on going upstairs in the Opel GT. We did that round table a little bit, and then when Jason popped in, we got distracted. But I have gotten, yep, here it comes, an oddball. Oh wait, the same thing I've been working on since we started this show. But I've actually got everything painted now, and I have done just a little bit of assembly, getting the chassis done up with the seats and the cage. And now that I've got everything painted up, powdered up, and looking good, we're about to start putting it all together. So all goes well, I should be done by the end of the month, which is actually the end of the deadline for that Saturday Night Short Track group build. Is the end of April, and then on May 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, somewhere at the beginning of May, we'll start it again for next year. Are you still on board with that, Jason?
Yeah.
We'll start another one for next year.
Yeah.
And I've already told myself.
I've been done for so long with mine. I don't even. What did I build?
I built the open wheel modified.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Wood Brothers inspired one. Yes.
Yep. I have told myself that I'm actually going to go ahead and start on it early this year so I can have it done plenty of time. But if you guys didn't see my latest video, and I'm going to throw this in there because I know Mr. BG's last day for a little bit, but on my Wednesday, What'd You Buy Wednesday video, it was also my birthday gifts, and Mr. BG sent me an N360 Honda that is just too cool. It's a little Hasegawa kit.
I'm so glad you love that, buddy.
Kit. I think it's a Hasegawa. It's either, yeah. Hang on just a second. Let me grab it.
He sent you a what? You're gonna have to embiggen yourself because I'm not doing that.
Look at he has to climb up on the bed.
Well, he is 4'9".
It's a
That's true.
Hopper This little guy,
Oh, nice.
right? So Mr. BG sent me that for my birthday, and
That's awesome.
I'm gonna get started on this as soon as I get the race car done, and we're gonna do that one for the Mr. BG appreciation group build. So
Ooh, sweet.
excited about getting that done. I got I'm not gonna do nothing too crazy with it. Iceman does offer early, I forget, TCN16 motor. Does that make sense to the Honda guys?
No.
The 16, there's an 18.
Yep.
The 16 is the early one. But anyway, might put that in there, and then some. I've got some Oshima 14-inch little like 40 wheels. Might put those on there, see what it looks like. But excited about getting that together and doing that for the Mr. BG appreciation build.
That's awesome, dude. I love
Cool.
that idea.
And I still got that orange one that you did already, Jason. So I'm thinking this one might, inspire me to do that other one and get it done. So we'll see what happens. But I'm a slow builder, man. That take forever to build.
The orange one I did? Oh, you mean the orange on the box?
Yeah, orange on the box. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Was that the Colt?
No, that was the little Honda Civic RS.
Oh God, that thing was cool. Yeah, because
Yep.
it was actually silver, wasn't it?
It is. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm mixing up on.
Yeah, yours is. I believe the box art is orange. But.
Yes. Yeah. Cool.
See, I'm with you, Kevin Smith. BG could do a live from the store. He could come on the show on Sundays and just flip on his camera, maybe get him one of those cams like the cops wear on their chest, and we could be entertained just following him around the hobby store,
Yeah,
dealing
but
one-on-one with customers.
you
Yeah.
do know that if I put a camera on my chest, I'm still looking over everybody's heads, right?
That's true. where you'd have to put it would be awkward.
Put them on a belt buckle.
Yeah, that would be awkward.
Actually, I was kind of thinking about being able to pop in once in a while when it's quiet.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
You need not you need not an invite, brother. You'll always be welcome.
Well, thank you very much. I'll do a nice little commercial. Come on down to Andy's Hobby Headquarters.
That's it. Come on down to Andy's Hobby Headquarters.
We got to take a tour on Friday, this last Friday, and oh my goodness, the car sections.
I saw some insider photos, and
Mhm.
holy cow.
Hannah.
That's his sales floor?
What's that, Jason?
That's his sales floor?
That's the sales floor, yeah. So
He's
There's
got a freaking warehouse.
yes, and he actually has the little museum set up with all the glass cases and vintage
I saw
model
that.
kit boxes and stuff on display. And on the other side of that little display area there is going to be where we hold meetings and stuff for the Model Car Mafia.
Oh, nice.
I saw a shelf of T-shirts. I need to order an Andy's T-shirt.
Yeah, so do I.
Wait, he's going to make you pay for your uniform?
I don't know, but I've worked for
You
places.
bastard.
I've worked for places that do that.
Yeah.
Well, so it's funny you say that, right? So my work provides me with T-shirts. Brian is all too familiar with them. He carried one across the country for me.
Yeah, that was the weird. I still think he curls up with that and sleeps with it at night.
Okay, anyway,
Moving on.
garbage. So I go to the campus store and buy the nice T-shirts that say Brewster on them and wear them at work because the other ones are junk. So I buy my own uniforms. Yes.
Well, I can't pick on Rob or Justin about it because I guess Tooch is involved, but I've been working on trying to get me an Insanity T-shirt, and then I see Jason wearing his, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't have an Insanity T-shirt.
Dude, I bought it.
I know you bought it, but
I bought it. I bought
Yep.
this one too. And this isn't the Insanity. Wait a minute. This isn't the Insanity T-shirt.
now is there a Scale Model Car podcast T-shirt yet?
Nope.
Nope.
No, but we are offering tattoos.
No.
We are offering tattoos.
Yes.
I do have a connection to get some T-shirts made with our logo on the back, Jason. But if we walk around a model show with that logo on the back, people are likely to throw darts at us.
Dude,
Nah,
I've been
you'll be all
listening.
right, dude. I went to Mosquito Con and I wore a shirt that said Rust-Oleum on it. We'll be all right.
Yeah, I've been listening to people for 3 years complain to me that I don't sell Blue Ox T-shirts. I tried that. I put them up on the whatever the thing was where you can go and buy them from the website. I don't even remember because I sold one T-shirt in like 8 months, and it was to Tim Ryan.
Yeah.
When
Right.
I did them for Model Makers Union, I basically did them pre-orders.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah, that is a
I'm
good
still
idea.
waiting for my Model Makers Union T-shirt, Rob.
I still have it here, actually. Fuck. It's right here.
Yeah, he's using it for a rag.
I'll tell you what, Rob. That Great Wall Hobby A10. You're paying me with a T-shirt.
Extra large. Uh-oh.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh no,
I
No, I've got more. I got more somewhere. I got more
I was
somewhere.
gonna say. I hope he didn't set aside an extra large for you, dude, because I can't even fit in an extra large.
So
Hey boys, who wants to play sausages?
oh, I think I hear my mom calling, and she's
BG's like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
what's that
funny.
I hear? The phone ringing? Yes, Mr.
Yeah.
Andy. I'll be right there. Gotta go, fellas.
I have to take this.
He wants me to start early.
Actually, I do need to check the email.
Well, Sluggo said that I needed to put my logo on these hats and sell them. I'm like, that's a good idea. I got a buddy that's a graphic designer. He makes T-shirts. I mean, you name it, he makes it. He does wraps on full-size cars and all that. But
Yeah.
he made my hats for my shop and my T-shirts for my shop, my one-to-one shop. I'm like, I'm sure you can make a hat too. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm sure.
But I'd be like you, Jason. I'd sell one to Sluggo. Nobody else
Yeah.
will want one.
Right.
Just sell a hat with the Velcro patch in the front, so people can change the logo whenever they get mad at you. Yeah, like I don't like this guy anymore. I want to put a Blue Ox on there.
Yeah, I
It's like
think
a Velcro patch.
I think I did like 50. I think that's what I needed to do to make them like reasonably priced.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I just put it on my Facebook group, right? And just
Yep.
kept track of everybody's numbers and everything. And then once I had enough, I said, okay, we're going to print, cough up some money.
Yeah.
There was only 2 people that didn't out of 50. So that was pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
That's great. I've had 100% failure rate with that. I had one guy ask me, how do I get one of your hats? I'm like, well, here, this is how much it costs with shipping and everything like that. And I box it all up. I still have it sitting on the floor over here. I have it all boxed up and everything, and he still hasn't paid me. And it's been 2 months. I won't return my emails. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to put this back in stock, which is actually the closet over there.
Right.
So yeah, I'm like, yeah, 100% failure rate.
Dean
I'll
has
tell you, it was a lot of work,
that
man.
has the
It
T-shirt.
is. It
Yeah.
is. I mean,
You got to find a way to package them, find a good way to ship them.
yeah, and that's
print
the
labels.
thing though, is the shipping is so freaking crazy.
Well, that's why I thought it would be smart to go through I think it was the Spring, right? Teespring or Spring or whatever it is.
Did they change their name?
I think they did the Spring. Something like that.
artist
But
promo
anyways,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they make them to order, right?
Right.
Yeah,
they do.
On your
They do.
behalf or whatever. But
Yes. Yeah.
But you
And
pop up
I
the
kept posting the link and I left it up there for, like I said, 8 months. And I don't count. Ryan has one, I have one, and we sold one. So, oh well. That's
Yeah.
why I'm not going to continue to do that. So,
yeah.
Boston Buds. No, it's not a guy named Spike. It's a buddy of mine. His name's Steve. He owns Eye Candy Designs here in Ocala, Florida. But you got a friend named Spike that has a shop in Gainesville. That's cool. Gainesville is about 35 miles from me. Fuck was like $40. I'll buy one. I'm like, dang, I gotta get them made.
Yeah. Shut up and take my money.
that Teespring that you're talking about, Jason.
Yeah.
Matt has them too, where they put the logo on there. They handle everything, right? They take the
Yep.
money, and then you get a small percentage of it.
Yep.
But even if you go to Matt's now, and because if he still, I guess the link still runs on the bottom of his, and if
Yeah.
you try to click on it, it's like it's not existent. The account's not existent anymore, or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
he ended up putting it down because they started wanting too much.
Yeah. It was like, so my t-shirts were priced at like, I think it was like 23 something plus shipping.
Mhm.
I had a bunch of people like, dude, that's kind of expensive for a t-shirt. And I'm like, what do you want me to tell you? I mean,
What?
you want a $15 t-shirt, you're going to be able to see through it. And the first time you wash it, it's going to be this big. So,
All right,
Yeah.
so no offense to the above average versions of what I'm about to say, but effing automotive modelers, Jesus.
The thoughts and views expressed by Justin aren't necessarily those of the rest of the podcast.
Exactly. All I can say is people are willing to pay. What were we charging? 25 plus for an Insanity T-shirt?
yeah.
Like
To our
younger
list,
guys are like, hell yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to our listeners out there, this is the only reason why I get invited on these things is so I can do the legal disclaimers.
Right.
He did mention the other day on the podcast how he had it tattooed to his forearm. I think I gave him that idea.
Hey,
Yeah. Don't kid yourself, Brian. You brought credibility. You brought credibility, my friend.
I did.
well, I'll tell you what, Tim's going to bring even more credibility. All right, we got our X-Wells cut down to size.
Gerba, you're right. BG and Justin are actually the only two building anything. I am actually enjoying this new computer to where I can see everybody. I didn't know
Whoa.
how many dragons look.
Let's save the hub for later, Mike.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
I got
I'm
two
not building
screens.
anything.
Gerba,
I
I
got
was
two
waiting for,
monitors.
I was waiting for glue to dry in my
Yeah.
defense.
To be
No,
fair, I
actually-
wasn't even supposed to be here.
Right?
All right, Dante.
It's like the Clerks movie. Not supposed to be here today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, yeah, I'm dating myself with that reference. I know.
That's,
No, it's
that's
okay.
why I yelled out, all right, Dante.
All right,
Dante,
Jeff, my bearded brother. See you on the next one.
All right, we'll catch you, man.
so long, Jeff.
See you, Jeff.
I'm actually using this opportunity to give my airbrushes the roughly once a month scrub-a-dub-dubbing.
Oh, nice.
Scrubbing.
Usually I
limited
just
wire
rinse the
brushing?
cleaner through, but I'm actually cleaning them right now.
Mine are probably due.
Can I give a sneak peek about something here, Mike?
Absolutely. You want to be? I'm gonna make you big. Hang on.
Don't
And
need
digging
to.
him.
Don't need to, because I just wanted to show these are the emails that we have stacked up for our next Scale Mile Sharp podcast
Oh, which is coming up Friday.
coming up Friday, and we might actually have a guest as well. I need to talk to you about that, Jason.
I hope my
Okay.
email gets read.
I have proofread your email, and I had to get a new Sharpie afterwards. So the redacting
I'll
was
mail you one.
yeah. But yeah, we were talking to Mr. Art Lasky at the
Right.
Desert Scale Classic yesterday, and he's producing a show coming up here in May 4th. So we're going to have him on to help promote that.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry to have brought the news that way, but you didn't have service yesterday, and I was worried.
Well, you don't have to be worried. I was getting messages from everybody. I could see everything that you guys were talking about. I just couldn't send anything. And I was so frustrated.
Oh gosh, I know, man.
Gotta
I
hold
hear
your
you.
tongue just right.
Well, it's funny. My phone went through almost an entire battery because it was trying to send a message to the podcast group for like 7 hours. I couldn't stop
Was
it.
it? Did you have to dunk it in a glass of water to cool it off? Also,
Holy cow, dude. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous.
which I don't recommend. I don't recommend that.
No, don't do that.
Let me guess,
Oh,
you were in Vermont when you're trying to send that picture?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
They have to pipe daylight into there.
Right.
Check out what I got yesterday,
Woo-hoo! Fancy.
and it's molded in Huete.
Nice.
Okay, so when I was going through this yesterday night, I pulled out this little sandwich bag here with the chrome, and I'm like, wow, this has got some serious velocity stacks. It's the headlights.
What's up, James? Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party. Hello, James.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Mike? Should we Pro Street this convertible?
Nah, we don't want to Pro Street it. We want to Resto Mod it, slam it to the ground, Pro Tour it.
I heard Rusto Mod. I'm all about that.
Yeah,
I'll do
Rusto
that.
Mod. See, that's the sad part about you leaving. We're not going to get that rusting editorial or how to.
Well, don't count it out. I'd be happy to come back on a speciality because like they're gonna do this thing where if you work Saturdays, you don't have to do Sunday.
Ah.
So
Well,
they don't want
maybe we
to.
figure it out. Maybe on a holiday or something, or well, if it's a holiday, we probably won't be here, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Get you come back, let you do a cool tutorial.
Are you guys gonna be here next week on Easter?
I will. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Because all my kids are older.
right.
I've got dinner at the parents' house.
So
And
Sorry.
and then that's when we're going to introduce everybody to Tim. Correct, Jason?
yes.
Right on. Awesome. Let's see.
So, Rob, what's your next show? What are you doing next?
What do you mean?
Show. These things called model shows. Well, I'm sorry. Were you
the next-
sleeping?
The next model show is in Lethbridge on April 26th,
He's like, what do you mean?
and it's mostly a car show. So I'll take some
those
pictures.
Those of you that hang out on the Discord, i.e., Justin, Rob, you can tell Rob's not drinking.
Yeah.
When
Because he's building?
when he's drinking, he loves to talk. When he's not drinking, he's a little more reserved.
Loquacious.
Loquacious. Garrulous.
So the and maybe you guys would know Rob and Justin, the Easter thing that what do they call
The
that?
bunny shoot.
Bunny shoot.
Huh? Bunny shoot. Is that
Yeah.
this coming weekend or the following weekend?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, it's this weekend.
Midnight
This
on
weekend,
Friday,
the
goes
19th
to
and the
midnight on
20th.
Sunday.
Fuck. What am I going to build for that? Damn it.
Cup of noodles.
No.
No.
Maybe I'll
gotta
build-
cram everything in. I want to get involved with that and do that track vehicle that Sean sent me for the Secret Santa.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
also got to
Maybe
go
I'll
to
build
that.
this.
Oh, nice.
Man, that is cool.
Ooh, that's fun.
But I want to do that track vehicle that Sean sent me. But I also got to go Saturday during the day to that Cars and Coffee thing and try to get that set up. So
Saturday.
we start Friday evening, Friday afternoon,
Friday midnight.
Friday midnight. Sweet. No, that's
Yeah,
Thursday
it's-
midnight or Thursday going into Friday or Friday going into Saturday.
Friday, 12:01 a.m.
All right. Perfect.
Why are you trying to overcomplicate shit?
So all day Friday.
All day Friday.
All day Friday, all
Actually,
day
maybe
Saturday, all day Sunday.
So it's all day Friday.
Maybe I'll paint this guy.
Oh,
This thing is cool.
Ooh, oh
that
man.
is great.
That is cool. Is that store bought or did somebody print that for you?
No, it's store bought. It's the guy that works for me. He asked me if I'd paint it for him, so I was
So
like,
here's my car guy showing. What color are you gonna paint it?
"Well, I said, what color of a dragon do you want?" He said, "I want it to be a silver dragon," and I said, "It's not going to be a silver dragon."
Yeah,
well,
I don't
that's
even think in fake world there is a silver dragon.
In Dungeons and Dragons, there is silver dragon, but
There's a silver dragon.
Yeah, you just haven't met him yet, Jason.
I haven't run into him yet. I can kill a blue dragon. I know that.
Them silver ones are hard though.
No, not blue. White. I'm sorry. Jesus.
I thought it was white. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
burning up my Alclads on that thing. There's no way.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine doing
Thanks,
that chrome or something?
Sluggo asked a really good question. Maybe you guys have some insight. I have some thoughts on it, but I don't know if I'd call it insight. But does anyone know how companies like Round 2 choose what they're going to release next? I mean, we could use Round 2 as an example, but even like Tamiya or any of those, is it? Go ahead, BG. You get your finger up.
I believe they have a list that they put up against the wall and throw a dart with the lights
Is that
on.
what they do?
There's a silver dragon.
I this is a theory. It's not anything based in fact. It's just my personal thoughts. I think those guys pay a lot of attention to what's going on eBay, what's going on in these different chats about, like, love to have this one back, love to have that one back. And, they got to make it make sense for them. But I think they truly follow that, especially the eBay thing, because every time you see, we'll use Atlantis as an example. The original Tom Daniels kit started getting really, really crazy expensive. And now Atlantis has repopped many of those kits.
That's true.
Pulls the rug right out from underneath the collectors.
Yeah.
Exactly. I tell you what, Tamiya personally watches my channel because when I talk about how I've gotten a Tamiya Holy Grail kit and spent top dollar for it, they re-release it.
Well, I think
Right
typically for armor and aircraft, they wait for somebody to complete something complex, something that's been a shitty kit, and then they decide that they want to go and redo everything on that kit.
Yeah, that's not the car world though. They just say, "Oh no, here's the same old shitty stuff you've been doing for the last 50 years." And there you go.
Let's make a buck.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's a new box. These molds,
you guys
these molds,
a little bit in the Insanity podcast.
I'm going to interject right now. Bullshit. There's a brand new kit. 100% new tool. Brand new.
From who?
From Revell.
Oh yeah,
That's
Revell
brand
might.
new.
And how does it look?
Fantastic. It does. The detail's great.
Good.
It's a nice kit.
I'm looking forward to seeing.
There's a lot of new ones out there, but I mean, you take a look at Mobius, you take a look at JR Salvino's. That's all brand new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away from what Rob's saying. There's a lot of stuff that's getting repopped, reboxed, and whatever. But
Of course, if you're round two, you're just going to keep repopping the same crap.
right.
Because
But I mean, look at the new look at the stuff that Tamiya's coming out with. Tamiya's coming out with some nice
to me is
stuff.
an exception. To me, is an exception to that. In my
Well,
Okay.
unfortunately, see, now there we go. If you want to not debate, we're not getting into a Rob Rib debate type thing, but there was three that we named that you agree with, or at least the one that you agree with, and two that we know about. But there's that one that keeps repopping the same crap, and that's like the greasy wheel, right? It's the squeaky wheel, because that's the one that sticks out because they're the ones repopping it. And unfortunately, that's what we get, right? Guys that don't know. I don't mean no disrespect, but guys that don't know, that's what they see because that's what they're finding at Hobby Lobby. That's what they're finding at Walmart. Is all these pre-pop stuff. Where in fact, JR Salvino's is coming up with massively cool kits, and Tamiya, of course. So Tamiya is not an exception, but they're typical about new stuff. And then Mobius is coming out with all their stuff is anything they produce that's new is just that new because they don't.
Mobius, I'd say, is probably the closest to armor level detail.
That's because you haven't built the JR Salvino's Indy.
No, I have not.
Yeah, those cars are very much. I mean, they're very much in that same category.
Somebody send me one and I'll build it because I don't have many in my shop.
Now go back to my statement earlier about the average car modeler and below, and they don't like to spend money, so they will keep buying the same 66 Nova or 57 Chevy, and they'll sit and complain that it's a shitty kit, but they'll build it, and then they'll go out and they'll buy another one because, quote unquote, there's nothing new. And anything when new does come out, it costs a lot of money compared to the 40% off Hobby Lobby discount, or Ollie's, or you know what I mean. So, and like I said, I don't want to offend anybody on this chat because I consider you got to remember average. Means the median. There's above and there's below that. And my statement is calling out the below average, the ones that just want to bitch and complain about shit being too expensive and there's nothing new.
Yeah, well, then I agree with that. 100%. But they're, for those that out there that don't know, those that are like, just the same old crap, that's not true. There is nice stuff out there. You just have to fucking look for it and cough up the money.
Yeah, exactly. You got to you got to go outside of your, oh, look, it's that time of week. It's that week. Let's go out and get the discount.
Exactly.
Billboard's offended, Justin. Rusto boy.
Yeah. Chet says he's offended.
Oh no.
I'm going to start calling him Justolium.
Justolium crying.
I love it.
If I remember for anything, it'll be that.
That's fantastic.
And Rob and I have actually had this conversation, but you can take, and I understand where Rob's coming from. He wants to buy a kit in the box all in one. He doesn't want to, and I get that. But you can take some of these repop kits, the Chevy Novas, the GTOs, and you can add some 3D printed stuff and come up with a really nice kit. I mean,
you can also,
but
if you
get back to Rob, what Rob was saying, you're not buying it out of the box. So.
Right, and if you have some sort of, if you practice and hone your model building skills, you can take a crappy kit and make it pretty nice with some work, right? But people don't want to do that. It's just like the last video I did where I said, hey guys, in passing real quick, hey guys, what do you think about 3D printed parts? Is it helping or hurting the hobby? And you would not believe the comments I got when people were like, nah, it's garbage, too much money. These people, these model companies should be like putting those parts in the kits for us. Like, well, nobody can ever be happy.
No.
It's like, dude, it's 2025. We're not going to be able to pay 1985 prices anymore.
Well, here's another thing. If
Why
model
not?
kits makers started going out and putting in that detail, that level of detail to kits, that $30 Hobby Lobby special would now all of a sudden be a freaking $70 kit, and they'd be bitching and complaining that they had to buy the $70 kit. Well, I don't do all that detail. I'm a scratch builder. I can do that myself. Well, shut the fuck up.
But again, if you're building straight out of the box, there's nothing wrong with that either. It doesn't make you a bad modeler. Just anybody that's doing plastic, I'm all about it.
This is a hobby, and we get out of the hobby what we want to get out of the hobby.
Right.
And some people want to just bitch and complain that shit's too expensive and there's nothing new coming out. That's what they want to get out of the hobby. They want to complain.
That's the squeaky wheel. I think those guys are the squeaky wheel.
They are definitely the squeaky wheel. Agreed 100%. And for those guys, it's like, dude, go. I'm probably going to get myself in trouble. But
the hobby is dying for them.
Go on, get on your computer, look online. These freaking Japanese companies put out a news release like the beginning of every month with pages of new kits that they're coming out with. Granted, it's foreign stuff. They don't produce Ford Pintos and Chevelle, SS Chevelles, but it's new stuff. It's new kits. And Fujimi and Hasegawa, they make a nice kit.
Now, I want to point out one day, 2 months back, on that group that I like to be my wooden spoon on, I had a guy tell me, probably based on one of those 40% off discount weeks, that he doesn't have the internet. He posted it on Facebook that he does not have the internet, that he cannot go and find an online hobby shop because he does not have the internet.
But yet he posted. Yeah, that makes no sense. No.
Yep.
Again, squeaky wheel.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. What?
And here's
I think that guy's been sniffing too much tube glue.
Well, that's all he can find when it's on Hobby Lobby 40% off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jimmy Leonard says he does all that. Bitch, build, drink, and repeat.
There you
How
go.
with you, Jimmy?
And you know what? That's come up several times before in the past, that a lot of these guys, they're building like it's a freaking race.
Yeah.
They're saying that the hobby's so damn expensive because they're building freaking 3 kits a week. How about you slow the fuck down and do better on one kit in 2 weeks? It'll save you so much more money.
Or you can be like Jason, build them badass and build them fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can do that too, but
Well,
Ooh,
I
that's
wouldn't say badass, but
I would. I've seen them.
all I have to say about that, I've had this conversation with, I mean, Brian and I have had this conversation many times. I happen to be fortunate enough to be able to manage my time very well. That's all it is.
That's
That's all it is.
And you know what? For us, having this model kit stash and stuff, basically it comes down to just budgeting money for shows, socking
Yeah.
stuff away.
Yeah.
but that's
exactly.
also a challenge. Is a lot of these people they're hobby shut-ins. They don't go to shows. They don't do anything but go on the Lucas E group. You know, and that's
Yeah.
that's
And
a
that's
detriment
fine,
to them. There's a whole new world out there.
Oh,
Again,
Yeah.
it's
we're
your
gonna get
hobby.
copyright strikes,
It's
man.
your hobby. Do with it as you will. Enjoy it the way you enjoy it.
But stop
just don't-
bitching and
just don't
complaining and
knock
making it terrible
others.
for everybody else.
Yeah, just don't knock others for how they enjoy the hobby. Whether you're a show kind of guy or you're not a show kind of guy, you're a 3D printing guy, you're a PE guy. Enjoy the hobby the way you enjoy it, and don't knock others for the way they do it, and across the board, whether you're advanced or not advanced or whatever. I don't like that word advanced. Everybody has their own level, but I know what you mean by that. As far as some people are, want to grow and be better. Me personally, every time I build a model, I want to make it better than the last one. Do something that, especially if I can do something new.
That's the whole point of the hobby, is to do better than the last time, and also enjoy yourself.
Exactly. Have fun. I mean, listen, I got no problem with the model builder that honestly just wants to build the way he builds. He wants to go buy the Hobby Lobby 66 Novas and just build them until his heart is content. I don't have a problem with that, as long as that's not that person is not online or on social media of some kind bitching how the hobby sucks.
The hobby's dying, or
Then do you. I don't care. I could care less. You can go to Hobby Lobby and buy all the 66 Novas, because I don't buy anything at Hobby Lobby. So it doesn't affect me at all. If you're enjoying yourself, that's what matters, right? If you're enjoying yourself, why are they so fucking grumpy if they're enjoying themselves?
I just wanted to point out, hey, Billboard builds. Being disabled definitely does kind of mess with you a bit with getting out. And, by all means, that was not a statement calling out people that can't get out. It's the people that won't get out.
Now, I will go out on a limb and say something about shows. I think that most of you guys would agree with me with. Some of the guys in chat may not. If you're intimidated by going to a show thinking that you're going to put something down on the table that's not going to be as nice as everybody else's, then that's my personal opinion. That's a bad reason not to go to shows. Put it down on the table. Find people there that you admire, whether it be a YouTuber or a known builder, and ask them their opinion. Hey, listen, I know I'm not at your level, but what can I do to make mine better? That's me. That's literally where I'm at in my level of the hobby now. I'm taking advice from guys like Old Tom, King Sparkles, and I'm getting better at my paint, and I really enjoy being able to spray something and it be better than what I did last time. And it doesn't look like a golf ball anymore. Maybe it looks like a used golf ball compared to a brand new golf ball, right? But the biggest thing about going to a show, in my opinion, is the camaraderie, being able to hang out with fellow people, like-minded people, and enjoying that at the time.
100%.
Don't not go to shows and not bring something because you feel like you're not good enough or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll add on to what Mike was just saying. If you're worried about putting something on a table and somebody's saying something about your build that might be unkind, even some of the best builders, somebody will still say something unkind about something of the most beautiful things out there.
Yep.
So that's not a you thing. That's a that person thing.
It is.
Yeah. People are assholes. Fuck people. Go out and meet some fresh people.
Fresh people. That's exactly it. Fresh people. That's what you need in your life.
the thoughts and views expressed by Justin actually are those of the wrestling podcast.
Yes, exactly.
I said something that aligns.
Ride the winds. Gary says I'm a decent. I said you're a good modeler, Mike. You're humble, but your just choice of hats suck.
Ah.
I just feel like there's always room for improvement, and Jason and I hung out at his house. We didn't hang out at the show, but we never would have gotten together had it not been for the YouTube stuff. But I've hung out with BG, and I've never met anybody at a show that had anything bad to say. Just came up out of the blue and said your stuff looks like crap. And I put my stuff down next to. I put my stuff down next to Hobby Dude 007, Mark Batson, and sure they walked right past mine to look at his, but nobody said anything ugly to me about I've asked
most people are keep their mouths shut. You know what I mean?
Most of them, yeah. But there's that occasional. I had a guy come up to me and say, "I know you. You're the guy that struggles with his paint. You're doing it wrong." Oh, cool.
That's helpful.
Okay, thanks.
And you know what? Like I said before, and I'll say it again, the shenanigans I cause over on the Lucas C page is not for what people are using. It's for the attitude the other people give about what people are using.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people are new. Sometimes there's new people to the hobby and they think that Rust-Oleum and Krylon are like, oh, okay, look, it's paint. And they don't know the difference.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, I had this problem. And you go, well, 30 years, never had a problem. Fuck those people. And I will defend it till my death the new builder who is made to feel like shit because never had a problem.
Yeah.
And I'll also tell them that they're wrong for using Rust-Oleum.
It must be mold release. It's got to be the mold release, man.
It's gotta be. That stuff is all over everything. It's crazy.
Fucking everywhere.
I can honestly, I can say I have never washed a model kit in my life. Never. Just
Sometimes
never
I don't even wipe them down before I paint.
I don't do that either.
I get all excited. I'm like, I'm gonna spray color, and I forget to clean it. And I don't have any problems. And I never had a problem.
Honestly, after you're done sanding mold lines off and shit like that, what's the point? I mean, you wash it off after that, but you're going to sand the shit out of it anyway. Why are you washing it?
Exactly. Because the instructions say so.
I got this stuff from Scale Finishes, my good friend Jameson over there. And after I get all my body work and all that stuff done, I'll spray a little bit of that on a micro pad and wipe it down, only because I want to get the chicken grease off of it from where I've been eating fried chicken and chili and whatever else I was eating. And yes, I can eat chili with my fingers. But I wipe it down with that before I paint it, because I have had, grease spots or whatever left on in my fault stuff. But yeah, I'm with you guys. The days of having to wash it before you do anything to it, I think have been gone since the late 70s.
I think so too.
I think so. Maybe not the late 70s. It could be still some stuff lingering on kits from the 80s and 90s, but nowadays the quote-unquote mold release is mixed into the recipe of the styrene, and it only activates at high temperatures. So unless you're painting your freaking car in your freaking oven, you don't.
Well, I don't know. Does
mold release.
Well,
does BG count? Because it can be like 140 there.
Guess what, man?
Yes, resin kits you should wash. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, look. Bottom line, does it hurt to wash? No. But as the kids say, you're doing too much, bro. That's it. You're doing too much. And it's those dingbats that like to fight to the death of, you have to wash. You must wash. Like, no, you don't.
Some things just become habits, right? Even Adam picked on me one day when I was talking about how I clean my airbrush after every use. 2 bowls of acetone, 2 bowls of paint thinner, 2 bowls of alcohol, and then I wipe the whole thing down. And even Adams was like, Jesus.
That's OCD. That's what
that's
that
just is. Yeah, it's just the way I do it. And that's, but that's habit. So that's overkill. It's more work, but I've done it. I've been guilty of going the opposite way, right? Where I didn't clean it enough and then I went to spray something, and now all of a sudden it looks like, I don't know, you spit on your body because it's the airbrush is half clogged and throwing out chunks of paint. And so I'm just making sure I don't ever have that problem again.
That's why I always run some either pink cap airbrush cleaner or Mr. Tool cleaner through my brush before painting. Just in case.
That's why I always wash my paint before I paint my models.
You know what? That's
You
actually
wash
not a
your
bad
paint?
problem.
Yeah,
That's
I
not a
wash my
bad thing
paint.
to get into.
I just wanted to start a whole new controversy. Do you wash your paint before you use it?
Yeah, I use hot water. It helps loosen the paint up and gets it nice and clean.
But living here in the South, I don't have to deal with it. But I know guys that will heat up, again, their hobby grade rattle cans. They'll heat them up in the Easy Bake Oven before they use them. I don't have to do that because it never gets cold enough down here to worry about it. But
I set mine outside for a few minutes before I'm getting my
dry
stuff
heat,
prepped.
BG. It's a dry heat. You live in a dry heat.
Well, everybody keeps telling me that, but no, it's not. So is a blowtorch.
The only reason it's dry is because there's no water. The sun evaporated it all.
19% humidity.
See, for someone like me who's got heavy asthma in humid weather, that is freaking sounds fantastic.
Yeah, but unfortunately, everybody who's moved down here has brought all of their plants and grasses with them from all over the country.
So they're terraforming.
I don't know why bringing that to the desert was a good idea, but they did. So allergies here are actually worse than they've ever been.
Yeah.
Well, right. But I mean, my asthma, it's actually not kicked up because of allergies. It's kicked up when it's humid.
Oh, okay. I would get that too. Yeah. As a matter of fact, when we were in Colorado 2 weeks ago, I was having a lot of asthma trouble too because of the lack of O2.
Yeah.
Which is why I bought me one of these.
Look at that. Boomstock.
You can actually buy canisters of oxygen to suck on. They sold this at the hotel.
Like in
Nice.
Spaceballs. It's
Look
Perry.
at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mr. Jameson from Scale Finishes is like Beetlejuice. You say his name 3 times and he shows up. Hey, Mr. Jameson, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Jameson. So yeah, I was.
Jameson's got a
He says Scale Finishes is pre-washed.
he's one to let everybody know he pre-washed his paint before he shipped it out.
So I don't have to wash these then. Good, glad to hear that.
Sluto says, I piss and cry in my airbrushes to clean them.
Listen,
It's an interesting vision that I have now.
I've cried in my airbrush too, but that was because I screwed up whatever it was I was trying to paint, but that's my fault.
Sluggo, you might need to see a doctor. Just saying, if you can clean out an airbrush with that.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to give him some credit. He's got some good targeting skills.
That's no joke.
Since I got my show sponsor in the house, I'm going to go ahead and move my camera a little bit so you can see all my Scale Finishes paint back
Oh,
there.
jeez.
My wife's chagrin is the toilet bowl isn't big enough. And this dude's going into his cups. That's like Chris Kyle of the freaking urination world.
Metaphor, BG, metaphor.
He was the American Sniper, by the way. If anybody missed that.
I was going to say error code 404, a reference not found.
Yes, Chris Kyle was Bradley Cooper played him in American Sniper.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll have to add that to my Amazon watch list while Mrs. BG's out of town.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not sure what to watch on TV right now. Nobody's telling me what I should be watching.
Or did you want to make it?
Oh, if you're not watching, it's actually the
Do this every
series
week.
is over now. But 1923 was, if you guys have watched that, that's the prequel to Yellowstone.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into that one.
I love that one, except for the end. I think they just wanted to wrap it up. They spent 10 episodes, telling the story, and then ended the story in one episode. Like the whole
I heard
story
that.
of the guy and the girl
Everybody
are trying
was
to get
bitching about
together
that.
and all what they go through. And when they come back, she dies, he dies, and the baby lives on. It's like, whoa, slow down.
Okay. Well, thanks for the spoilers, bud.
It's been out for 2 weeks.
Hey, look at that, Brian! You don't have to go watch it now.
God, thanks.
It's a great
for the
story
clip
right
note.
to the end. It's typical Tyler, man. Sheridan. It's typical of him, man. He just, I don't know, that dude.
Welcome to
Yeah,
another
same thing with
episode of Mike
Yellowstone.
Note. Mike, you should start another channel where you just do synopses for TV shows.
Right? Just
He died, they died, baby's okay. All right, what are we talking about next week?
agreed, Cliff. The Landman was really good, and I feel like they could bring that back for another series as well. Yeah, the Landman was really good. I like that. It's Tyler Sheridan show as well.
I'm eagerly awaiting season 2 of Twisted Metal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's coming out this summer. I'm excited for that.
Like the video game Twisted Metal?
Yeah, they actually did a series like on Peacock or something like that. It was
Yep.
actually a lot of fun to watch.
It was.
Even
It
if
was
you
a good
know that
show.
much about the game, they have fun. And every time I saw the guy, was it Sweet Tooth?
Yes.
I kept thinking of Sarge. I was like, straight up.
Yeah.
I actually texted him like, Sarge, you got to check out this show. There's a character on there that just makes me totally think of you. So he watched an episode. He wrote me back. He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah. That Sweet Tooth was played by a professional wrestler, actually.
I thought so because even though the voice is dubbed and stuff, it didn't seem like that was his voice.
That's not his voice. It's so the wrestler that plays Sweet Tooth is Samoa Joe, and he's not. So in the professional wrestling world, he's not the greatest on the mic. Let's just say that. So
Okay.
I'm sure that's why that and the mask. I'm sure that's why they dubbed over his voice.
Yeah, see, Cliff's waiting for season 2 also.
Yeah, you know what we're in the middle of that we're really enjoying? Reacher. That show is
Reacher's a good show. Yeah, I like it.
That's a fun show. We finally finished that one last week.
nice.
There's a new one on Paramount. Something, the mob life or something like that.
Yeah.
The lady that plays in 1923, she plays in this one as well, and Pierce Brosnan is in it, and Matt
Helen
Hardy.
Mirren.
Not Matt Hardy, Matt. The English dude that always plays a badass. What's his name?
Wasn't he in the
Jason Statham.
No.
No. He was in the Venom movies.
Yes, he was in
Yes.
the Venom movie. He played the bad guy in
Tom
Batman.
Hardy. Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy. That's him. Thank you,
Tom-
Gary. Tom Hardy.
Look at the memory spells on Jason.
He,
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that was actually Ride the
who are
Wind.
you? What am I doing here?
Why is this room so organized?
Exactly. This guy must be cool. He organizes.
like I said,
Yes, I have seen the professional pillow
to help
fighting.
you reorganize. Sarge says he's going to bring all of his sprues and just dump them out on the floor and see if you.
I got to use a
Heart attack.
motorized tool, so I'll be right back.
Oh, nice.
It was.
Curb, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, bud?
Well, it's raining 41 degrees in New Brunswick, Canada. That's on the
I was-
opposite side of the country as you, isn't it, Rob?
Complete
Yeah.
opposite side of the country. Yeah.
Actually, Curb, I was thinking I was going to see you this weekend at Can-Am Con, but no go. Was it the border that kept you from coming down?
There we go. Done.
Ooh, BG's killing it tonight.
I feel compelled to do something since Jura called me out.
No, another guy actually said, BG, that you and I were the only ones actually doing something.
Right?
Yep.
That's it.
That's funny.
I can't talk and build at the same time, so
watch professional pole fights. No, Kev, I'm going to leave that to you in the dark web. You enjoy that, buddy.
Dark
In the
web.
dark web. Is that the new Spider-Man movie?
I guess. That's it.
So I ordered these rear axles from VCG Resins,
Yeah.
and I placed the order like on Tuesday or something, right? And then they got an email, actually a text message from Josh right away. He goes, "Do you really want me to ship these, or should I just bring them with me? I'm going to see you on Friday." And I'm like, yeah, just bring them with you. So, but what's cool is they leave them really
Extra
long,
long.
so you can cut them down to size, whatever you need.
Nice.
Yeah, I've ordered a bunch of the Dana 60s from him to put up underneath some future off-road builds, and he makes them with, and Jason can relate to this, in the one-to-one world, you have the standard diff cover that came on them from the factory, and then you got the aluminum vented diff cover, and he actually makes them with the aluminum vented diff cover that looks really, really good.
Mm,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Let's see. I think the frame should go right through the palm of my hand. There we go.
Yes, Jerva. BG is the only one standing.
Yes. Yep.
Well, we're getting towards the end of the show. Everybody's getting ready to do their sign-offs, and
I love how Mike's like, I do this so I can hold my feet to the fire. Anyway,
That does nothing.
I normally do, but I just didn't this time. Like I said, I'm still in awe about this. I'm looking at you guys on a 27-inch curved screen monitor, and I'm still taking in like I didn't know Justin wore glasses. I'm like, holy crap!
Okay, enough bragging with your 27-inch curved screen monitor.
Oh, dude,
he's not just wearing.
I went nuts at Best Buy yesterday.
He's not just wearing glasses. He's wearing all the glasses right now.
I have every single one of them.
Could I be wearing any more glasses?
With just one pair on, I can't read the freaking chat. It's not reading me.
So it's not reading you, or you're not reading it?
And so I throw these on, and then I can read it.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. This week has been rough on my eyes. For some reason, I couldn't see shit without 2 pairs of glasses.
I hope so too, Curb. I hope you can make it down for October.
October.
So when is that show in October? I mean, obviously it's
October.
in October, but
I'm sorry. Say that again.
The Classic. I know it's in October. Well, what's the date in October?
October 5th or 6th.
So it's the beginning of the month.
Beginning of the month. Yep.
Because I'm trying to get to one more show. Actually, one more non-local show before I hit Acme. And NNL East just isn't going to happen as much as I wanted it to. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And
later on, Sluggo, I'll miss you, buddy.
You're not going to make it this year, BG?
Sluggo, you can go on BG's channel and comment on his videos. That way he doesn't have to miss you.
Right.
He does.
See you, Dean. Dean's rocking out too.
Dean's going to go too. Bye, Dean.
So long, Dean.
We got 11 minutes left, so.
It, but well, we're getting up there, guys. We're getting close to our 2-hour mark. Do we with everybody checking out? I don't blame them. It's getting to be that time. What to do next? Model building or work stuff? No, that's not even a question. We're going to be
if that works.
Jameson says he's going to be in Vegas for the Best of the West, so y'all be sure. BG, going to that one?
No, I can't make that one.
Oh, dang it. Mr. Jameson, you got to get over here to Acme, man. You got to get over here on the East Coast. All right, Fred. Be good, man.
So long, Fred.
Bye, Fred.
Bye, Fred.
Bye, Fred.
Gary says he talking about pillow fights. Gary says he prefers to what was it? I prefer female sumo wrestling. I didn't know that was a thing. Back to that black web, I guess. Dark
I guess so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say everything's a thing these days.
I guess if
see you, Sarge. Sarge is leaving. Buds is leaving.
Yeah, everybody's checking out. We got Shaggy's AWWSM Garage.
He's leaving.
I believe that's awesome.
Night, Sarge. Well, we might as well do our pieces outs and all that. We're gonna go ahead and start with our great guest Rob, who's been real quiet tonight. I should have sent him a case of White Claw. He would have been a lot more talkative, but it's all good to have him on here, man. We probably appreciate you coming by. You want to do do your plugs and tell everybody where they can find you, what your YouTube is, and all that.
Okay. Well, YouTube is Model Makers Union. Same as on Facebook. The Modeling Insanity TV is also launched. I did a video shop tour for that yesterday. So that'll be pretty cool. That's my local shop that you'll get to see.
Oh, nice.
And
would you call that
come
the
join
best,
us on the
your
books.
biggest
What?
little? Would you call that the biggest little shop? I saw some of the pictures that Riv and you were swapping back and forth last
Yeah.
night. You call that the biggest
The
little
biggest,
shop?
littlest hobby shop around.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
It's 1,300 square feet, and it's fully loaded, man.
Packed.
It's not very big.
And they can
Yeah,
find that. They can find that on the Insanity YouTube channel.
It's coming up. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hasn't
it's
been
been
dropped yet.
edited and finalized.
It's actually bigger than the house I grew up in.
Right. Same here. What about you,
Well,
Justin? You want to go next?
Absolutely. You can find me causing some shenanigans over at the Lucas E page, as well as the Modeling Insanity podcast page. Ryan's Random Model Works on Facebook, or just Justin Ryan. I've actually was inspired to go back in time a bit, and my service advisor friend, my buddy who happens to be my service advisor at work, he's kind of inspired me, pushed me back to doing a photo of the day.
I saw that.
Take photos. All the photos I post are my photos. So they're all photos I've taken, and I post one every day. I also share a Van Gogh of the day because why the hell not? It's Vinny Van Gogh.
Oh, you're doing that again? I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
The algorithm stopped Vincent Van Gogh posts and thing. And all of a sudden, they started up again. So I'm like, all right, I'll go back to it.
Okay.
But yeah, check us out, the Modeling Insanity podcast, and then also check out for your oral pleasure, modelpodcasts.com, where that's a consortium website where all the podcasts for your listening pleasures can be found.
Awesome. Thank you, Justin. Mr.
And
BG.
that is oral, A-U-R, not O-R.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Thanks for pointing that out. Mr. BG, to you, my dear friend, before you start with your plugs, I know I speak for Jason, and I'm sure he's got a speech for you too, but we want to thank you so very much for being a part of this show and hanging out with us. You will be missed, my friend, but we are absolutely
right.
jealous of what it is, why you can't be here anymore, going to work for Andy's. That's a huge place to go. Great for you. We tip our hats to you, man. And as like we said earlier, you're always welcome to come in anytime you want. You're more than welcome to come in and hang out with us. But you got any last goodbyes you want to say before you dip out?
Well, I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to hang out with y'all and actually do some work on Sundays. It was a great excuse to have to not watch Grey's Anatomy every week
Yeah.
with Mrs. BG. No, I hadn't done one of these live things for forever, and I forgot how much I love doing it. So thanks for the opportunity. Thanks to all the commenters and people who actually watch us and tag along and everything. Appreciate that to no end. And yeah, guys, thank you again. You can catch me over on BG Model Workshop, which is the YouTube channel, and then also do a podcast with Jason and a couple other guys. But I'll let Jason tell you more about that.
Just to, it popped up in the chat. Yes, for those of you that came in a little late, Mr. BG will no longer be with us consistently on Sunday. He may be a special guest here and there, but yes, he is going to work for Andy's Hobby Headquarters. I'm really excited for him. So if you guys came in late, kudos to BG for getting that great job. Maybe we can sneak in a live video when we're on Sundays, and maybe we can. You know what? I want him whenever he finds a model car shoplifter and they're heading out the front door. BG's got to turn his camera on, chase them down, and beat them up. That's what we want to see.
Oh, yeah.
Congrats.
Too funny.
I'm with Rob Atlas. Congrats, BG.
Well, thank you so much, Rob. Thank you.
Yeah.
And of course,
I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Rob Altus in Southern California at Brookhurst Hobbies a couple years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice guy. Excellent builder, too.
Nice.
and to my illustrious co-host, who we are very surprised to have today. We didn't think we were going to have him. He come skating in at the last minute. So, Mr. Jason,
I was glad to see him.
Plug or play?
So first off, Thank you, Justin, for being glad to see me. At least one person on here was
I was happy to see you too.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. These other guys, well, I know BG was happy to see me. It's
I was
Mike
happy.
that
I was happy. I just don't like to share my emotions like some people do.
Well, first off, Brian, thank you so much for doing this for the short amount of time that you did with us. I really appreciate it. I like when buds can do things together, especially when my buds live on the other side of the country. So thank you for doing that with me.
Or in other nations.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you got a job at Andy's. I'll be looking for some. Anyway, like Mike said, you're welcome to come on here anytime you want, dude. Anytime. And I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. By the way, I'll talk to you tomorrow when we do our.
we do our meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so my name's Jason. I'm from the Blue Ox Model Shop. You can find me on all the popular social medias under the same name, as well as I do a little podcast with three of my best buds, the Scale Model Car Podcast. You can find that on Spotify, but you can also find that on YouTube. We have 2 YouTube channels, Justin. Take that.
Don't look at me. I ain't got time for that YouTube shit.
Well, last time I said something about us having a YouTube channel, you were like, "Oh, you're copying the Insanity guys."
Yeah, copying and trying to one up us, but what the hell?
Yes. So there's a YouTube channel for the current podcast, and we have
A YouTube
Scale Model Car Podcast Classics channel.
Yeah.
So
They're all black and white.
go subscribe. They're all black and white. Go subscribe to that
it's a
too.
silent podcast. It's a silent podcast, silent film podcast.
Yeah, no talkies on that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Hey, Mike, since this is my last time on here for a little while, can we play the closing theme from The Incredible Hulk?
Oh, Jesus.
If only I knew how to do that, I would make that happen. I just got this dang computer. I'll play it next week, maybe when I figure out how to make this thing work. I'm still working on. Listen, I'm proud of myself for the background and the icon up in the corner. I figured out how to do that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm impressed.
I was wondering why you and Jason were thumb wrestling.
Well, somebody asked Jason, "What is it you two are doing?"
Yeah. What are you, arm wrestling or something? It's like, you freaking, no, we're fist bumping.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Feeling the love. Now I'm gonna go outside now and flip a car over.
Oh, God.
Well, that's a quick way to drop from 70 to 53.
Well, there's probably a cold front coming through, Mike. You better watch out.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Better watch out.
I think our viewership dropped off because I got out a hobby knife and started working with them. People are like, I can't watch that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's bound to be blood. Well,
Right.
Mr. Jason, you done?
I'm done. Take it away.
Well, the first thing I want to say is please, 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 chat on your way out. Hit that like button for us. It helps the algorithm, gets us out there, and introduces it to more people. But want to say thank you to Rob Adams for showing up and hanging out with us. Next time,
Yes, thank you, Rob.
Make sure you get you a case of White Claw. We'll get a little more chatty, Rob. There.
I got him. I'm drinking. I'm just not drinking. I'm just not.
Damn, son.
It's just not hitting yet.
Yeah, I still got the night shift to go here. So.
That's true. You gotta pace yourself, right? You gotta pace yourself.
I was gonna say, get out the funnel. Let's go. Speed that up.
Chug.
I'll be more prepared next time.
Okay, it's all good. So good.
Honest
Mr.
officer, I'm
BG,
just doing a
thank you.
podcast.
Justin, thank you. My illustrious co-host Jason, you rock as always. Thank you for coming in, skating in the last minute and hanging out with us. We appreciate that for sure. My plugs are the same plugs as always. Definitely on Thursday night. You can find us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Automotive Model Car Livecast, or AKA the AMC Livecast with myself and Jason KRD and Bruce. You find us here on Sundays at between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Scale Model Outlaw, man, guys, go check it out. But again, please drop a like in the on your way out, and we appreciate it. Y'all be good. Thank you to the chat, everybody. It was rolling today. Had some funny stuff in there, and we appreciate all you guys showing up and gals showing up, hanging out with us on a Sunday afternoon. So if y'all can't be good, then be good at it. And as always, keep on modeling. See ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.